You already know what it is. You're listening to The Urban Product. It's your boy DME.
It's your boy Cozy Rich.
And it's your girl Imani.
How's everybody doing today? Start with Imani.
Oh, I love it. Okay,
He was going to say ladies first anyway.
As long as you know.
My day was a lot. As we all experienced today's thunderstorm, it just didn't put me in the mood to do anything. A lot of people around me are getting sick. So, some are getting negative and then some are still waiting for. So I'm just like at this point.
Oh, COVID sick.
Yes.
Oh.
So I'm kind of just being like, all right, like, what is it? Let me know now so I can figure out my life. But
I trust you.
no, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, I hope you stay strapped with masks.
Oh yeah, I got a bunch in the car.
Word.
Yeah. But other than that, I'm okay. It's podcast day. We're about to have fun. It's about to be a vibe. But yeah, how you guys doing? How's your week?
Dev.
Okay.
My week was interesting. My week was pretty interesting, to say the least. I can start by how my weekend went. My weekend was pretty fun. I went to the Van Buren show on Friday. Van Buren Records. We had Luke Bars on last year. He's part of that collective as well. They dropped their debut album back in April. And this past Friday, they had a show at the Paradise Rock Club in Boston. And, of course, I went out to that. I said, as soon as y'all get back outside, let me know and I'll be there. So I worked the morning and then I headed there at night. It's really cool, really cool. Yo, their growth and their development, yo, I'm so proud of them. Let me just go ahead by saying that. Yo, Van Buren Records, I'm so proud of y'all, fam. I am so proud just to see where y'all have started, to see where y'all are at now, and just knowing that there's room for so much more in the future. It just makes me really proud. Cousin Stiz was there. I saw him outside, said what's up to him. Bodie Rock was there. A lot of creatives from the Boston and Massachusetts music scene, just in general, were there. So it was really dope. I felt like all of the main creatives that I fuck with, at least, or have been paying attention to, were all in that building. And it was just great to share a space with everyone and just vibe out. And I don't really see shows featuring local talent be as active as it was that Friday. So it just made me really happy for everyone, just in total. After the show, it got, pretty interesting. It got pretty interesting after the show. But sorry, we dusted off, and now we here. Everything's great. Feels good to be back into the studio. For anyone listening right now, make sure you are following us on our socials, whether that's Instagram or Twitter. You can find us at the Urban Product, or you can just subscribe to our website, www.theurbanproduct.com. You can stay updated with everything. But yeah, I'm good and I'm ready for a fun episode. Rich, let's tap in with you. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Little congested, have a slight cough. But I'll be all right. I've been worse. Other than that, though, nothing really eventful to talk about. Looking forward to the weekend. But
how's your journal going?
Very well, actually.
Yeah.
Thank you for asking. I've maintained. I've been doing a good job with that, updating it daily. It's kept me in a good mood, so really can't complain. But, yeah.
The listeners may not know, but you've changed your hair.
Yeah. So I'm about to be a dreadhead very soon. Give me about 2 to 3 years.
Soon.
Give me about 2 to 3 years. I had mama do something. She asked me, "What do you want?" I was like, "Surprise me."
So she turned you into a vagabond.
Pretty much.
You already know. You see. And I looked at it and I was immediately like, "That's what I wanted. Like, this is perfect. Thank you, mommy." So, I'll go see her in 2 weeks when I need to get it retwisted and redid. But as of right now, I'm a dreadhead. Wait on it.
You can't call yourself a dreadhead with no hang
can't.
time. You can't.
I can call myself whatever.
Okay, bet. I like that energy. Go ahead and keep that energy.
I am a king, okay?
Bet. I remember when I had braids like that, because I'm gonna call them braids. I remember when I had like little twists like that too, back in like freshman year.
Okay.
But it was so much to maintain.
Yes,
it got fucked up after the first week.
Yep.
And my sister did it for me, and she lived in Braintree. So I was she lived in Braintree and then she moved to Florida. So it was slow for me. I didn't trust anyone touching my hair besides my sister. So after I got it fucked up, I just went into the shower, took a comb, and I was like, fuck, I took everything out. And it was flat top Dev until I cut it off.
I'll say this. I've had this done since Sunday, so it's been what 2 days, 3 days. I mean, I wear a do-rag most of the time because like I'm in the crib and I'm not really going anywhere because COVID. I work from home and shit. So I mean, I've kept it pretty organized, pretty maintained up until now. I mean, I don't know if I'll make it 2 weeks because I know I'm gonna fuck up. Like yesterday, I almost walked into the shower without a shower cap on. That would have been bad. I almost went to sleep without my do-rag on. So I know I'm gonna fuck up one of these days. Probably get a little bit too high or some shit and just pass out. We'll see.
Money, how's school going? I'm just checking with everyone before we get into the shit. Money, how's school going?
School's alright. It's kicking my ass just a little bit.
Week 4.
Week 4, man. Midterm week.
Whoa.
Test is coming out.
Midterm. Wait, what?
Don't tell me that because then I gotta go look at my shit again. I was
literally, yes.
Nah,
I have
feel like
a
you
test.
got a couple more weeks. At least end of October should be midterms,
I was about to
in my
say
opinion.
yeah.
Or mid-October. Oh, I gotta check my shit. That makes me scared. I'm sorry, but go ahead.
I'm so happy I don't go to school.
I'm taking 3 science labs, so I'm really kicking myself in the ass here. But
what's your major again?
Physical therapy.
Okay.
But yeah, it's alright. I had my first little scruffle with my roommate last week.
You see the way she said that, yo? I wish we could go back and zoom on that face. She said scruffle.
But we okay now.
Nah. You ain't gonna
God came into
that.
this. Okay, so God came through. We had a Jesus moment.
Facts.
Because I had
You
it
almost
was
sent it to her
actually
maker, huh?
what day was it? Last Tuesday, I decided to started driving home, and I was like really tired, so I was like, you know what? Let me drive back home. Drove back home, stayed over my grandma's, and woke up mad early to get to school the next morning, only to find myself locked out of my apartment. So with my apartment, you need a little tab that you just tap on this little screen, and then it unlocks it and it locks it. And then we have the string lock. Shorty kept the string lock on because she figured we were both home. And yeah.
Don't you have to do that from the inside though?
No, yeah, but she figured I was home. But my thing with that is that our apartment is so quiet that everything kind of echoes. So if I was home, you would have heard that I was home.
Okay.
But anywho, as I open the door and there's that little, creak, that space, I'm yelling out to her, calling her on the phone, calling her through the apartment, banging on the outside door where she sleep, all that stuff, just for me to go in my car, grab my toolbox, unlock the string lock from the inside or from the outside.
Yeah, she broke into her own crib.
I couldn't get the second one.
From. She out here.
Yeah, couldn't get the second one. So at that point, I missed my first class. Was gonna be late to my second one. So I ended up breaking my damn door just to get in my apartment.
Oh, you broke it?
I broke it.
Oh, she's strong.
Yeah.
And then where does your roommate come
I
into
know
this?
you know how mad you gotta be.
Wait, so all of this was going on. All this was going on while your roommate was inside.
Door was open, bro.
But she was inside.
She was inside,
and she just didn't hear you.
Sleep.
Oh, she. Got on that.
Right. So I was. We all know I don't get mad easily, but that day,
I feel you.
Your girl was angry. I had to go to my neighbors and literally and mind you, our neighbors are right across from us. I stayed there for maybe 3 hours.
What time was this?
This was at.
Did you make it to any classes?
No. I told you I was late. I missed my first one. And then the second one, I'm like, shit, it's already 20 minutes past the start time. And I'm still not inside my house. I could have went straight to class, but my backpack, my laptop, all of that shit was inside my apartment. So I'm like...
Yeah, Shorty struggling all this time while her roommate is in the apartment is crazy.
So
to be honest with you.
So I'm confused when
I just want to know where God came into play.
Yeah.
So at that point, I was ready to have a whole Elena moment. That's my middle name for when I want to be bougie and a bit of a Karen, just a little bit. And I was about to leave nope, y'all got to kick her out of here. We need to do a little switcheroo. I don't know what, but if y'all leave me with her, it's going to be a problem. And we were ready to do it, and I started being a mean girl, started slamming the damn refrigerator, my door. I didn't say nothing to her when I walked inside the apartment. And then she came up to me, apologized, broke down and started crying.
Blah?
Yeah.
Nice. We love tears.
So I was just like, it's whatever. Just know, like, I'm just not that person. If you give me bitch, you're gonna get bitch. If you start doing some fuckery, you're gonna get some fuckery back.
Shorty was sleeping.
Yeah.
If you give me bitch, I was sleeping.
Yeah, that was the little.
My thing is,
situation.
like, bro, you can say you sleeping, but imagine someone breaking in your crib. You don't
No, she did not move, because when I went in the room, she was still. I said, "There's no fucking way.
No bullshit.
There's no way."
Nah, she broke down the door, bro. I'm like, yeah.
No bullshit. The
I
only
don't want to
way
live with someone who doesn't hear that.
if I was Imani, the only way I would have let my roommate slide with that is if she was mid-stroke. If it was mid-stroke, then I would have been like, all right, I understand. I wouldn't have want you to stop doing your thing too. So maybe I'll come back later. You probably put that shit on for a reason. But you were really just sleeping? Nah, I'd be tight.
We here now.
Yeah, we're here now.
Jesus.
Everything's good. She got into her room eventually.
Yes.
I bet. Jake, you good? You good in there? Yeah, we got Jake over here at MCM. Cats over here. You know the vibes.
Did neighbors like come out and see like what the hell are you doing?
Yes.
So you were loud enough that neighbors heard you.
Yes,
Okay.
bro. They were like, "There's no way you did it." And then I showed them my, like, there's like a little scuffle. I have a picture of it where like I broke the lock and there's like marks on the wall.
Yeah.
I'd have her pay for that.
Yeah. Well, we didn't have to pay for it.
Oh, that's nice.
So they're just gonna come and fix it.
Word. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Say that.
All right, cool. Well, we're here now. We got our check-in and we are live. Before we continue on with the rest of the show, I just want to go ahead and give a major shout out to Mexico, the entire country of Mexico. I want to give y'all a glorious shout out right now. Hold on, they need all of that right now. I want to give y'all a major shout out and a thank you, just because I heard and have seen all of the work that they've been doing in aiding the Haitian refugees over the past week, and obviously the situation that's going on within the country. We hate seeing how they're being treated. Some people can't even find their families because a lot of people got captured and then were told that they were being brought somewhere, but then when their families would then contact wherever they were supposed to be, some people never even made it there, or some people just ended up somewhere else. So I don't like how the whole situation is being handled in the country, but I will say shout out to Mexico for everything that they've been doing, because they were literally, the videos that I was seeing, I don't know, I didn't cry, obviously, but it really wanted to bring tears of joy to my face, just to see everyone like get along. Because I feel like people down there, they've dealt with similar issues as well. And at the end of the day, we all just want to make it out safe. So I just want to give a major shout out to Mexico for all the work that they've been doing.
They're really nice people down there too, and they just have that what's the word? That love in them. They're just always happy to see people and be like excited and stuff. That was my experience. I don't know.
Yeah, and they don't have to. Honestly, like, I can understand how y'all would like hate us because we fuck y'all up every time we come to Cancun spring break. I can understand how y'all would hate Americans, but you know, they still show love. So I appreciate that. All right, now let's get into the actual show. Let's discuss some things that have been going on this week. So let's start off with Joyner. No. Before we get into Joyner Lucas, we're going to talk about Joyner Lucas and Karen Civil. But I want to start off with this because it was breaking news maybe about a day ago. So R. Kelly, we all know the story. We all know. We don't have to get too into it. But updates on that situation. So verdict came back and R. Kelly was found guilty. The verdict was guilty. He is now facing up to 20 years in prison for racketeering charges, sex trafficking, all of that. And I kind of just wanted to share that because we talked about it way back when this was like a major issue, and it's been a major issue. But now it seems like everything's being wrapped up and we're now at a guilty verdict. So how does everyone feel about that? Yeah, we'll start with Imani.
Okay, I'll go first.
Okay.
I'm not surprised. Like, the evidence was all out there. We all know what the hell he's done. It's not a secret. I mean, if he didn't get a not guilty verdict, I felt like that would have been way more bigger news, way more of a surprise, would have caused a lot of people to be outraged. But what really just brought my attention to it was the fact that I was watching like a little bit of the coverage, and they were showing like the guilty verdict, and then they panned outside. And this nigga still had people out there like, yo, R. Kelly, we gonna support you no matter what. Like, yo, you're still the best. We love you, R. Kelly. And I'm just like, yo, people really are crazy. Like, that's insane. But I'm not surprised. I'm happy that, you know, it's been, what like 20 years? 20 years?
There's been decades.
Yeah.
Decades of accusations.
That's what I'm saying. 20 years, this man being accused and, like, stories coming out, and he's finally got his day in court. So I'm happy. I'm happy the victims finally get their peace, I guess. But yeah, I'm just happy he's where he's supposed to be. You know what I mean?
How do you feel about the fact that everyone in this room is richer than him?
Oh, doesn't he have a negative net worth?
As he should.
I've never seen anyone with a negative net worth. He has a net worth of negative $2 million.
That's
Exactly.
debt. He's in debt.
I think that's the funniest thing in the world. to
That's
be honest.
actually insane.
I've never seen somebody with a negative net worth before, and
That's karma coming to bite you.
yeah, I'm like, yo, those lawyer fees must have stacked up. I mean, I get if they freeze your assets, but what? All the lawyer fees, you lose all your money and you get a guilty verdict? Sheesh, fam. Sucks for you. But Imani, how you feel?
I feel good. I feel like this should have happened a long time ago. I feel like what Rich said in terms of people still feeling sad about it, that's just how certain people are set up. They can't see past somebody's error in their ways. And we all love R. Kelly, and obviously it's a love-hate for me. Like, R. Kelly was what can I say? Like a base in my not in my culture, but in my growing up. You know, hearing him in the household and all that stuff, and then to see the things that I've seen, to actually break down certain relationships. It's sad to see a black man in some nonsense he shouldn't even be involved in. And I understand that he has like actual pain in his history that some way, shape, or form led to him doing these things, but it still doesn't excuse the hurt that he put on the victims and their families. It's crazy how the victims had to literally put their lives on screen for any of this to happen. It's the fact that nobody just took it when they should have. So that's heartbreaking, but I guess it's good that they're finally, like Rich said, finally getting their respects and finally getting their justice in what happened to them.
Facts, and especially for so many women who might not have spoken up. I feel like seeing something like this maybe puts some things at ease. Obviously, you can never get that back. I don't know. You can never really get justice for that, in my opinion. This is just a step into, I think, through the grieving process of like getting over just seeing him with this verdict, I think is a huge step for some people. And just seeing this, I'm going to be paying attention just to see how people react to in the future. Because I feel like our generations and generations younger than us, we get the vibes. We get it when it comes to R. Kelly. It's the people who are older than us, the generation before us, who was like obsessed with R. Kelly, and some who refused to turn their backs on him. I'm looking to see now with a guilty verdict how they go about it now, because you know it's like the Tory situation, how since nothing is actually proven yet, everyone is kind of iffy on it. But now that with R. Kelly, it's like boom, certified guilty. I just want to see how everyone reacts to that, and I want to see if I hear Ignition Anywhere or Step in the Name of Love. I can't even Step in the Name of Love anymore. It's sick. But yeah, I'll be paying attention.
Wait, sorry.
Nah, I just want to know what kind of prison they sent him to.
I feel like they would send him to. I feel like celebrities go to certain prisons.
That's what I'm saying. Because
they can't be with Gen Pop. They can't. They put them in like special holdings,
like white collar?
special facilities.
Is that a white collar facility?
No, but my thing is
Probably.
like those celebrity prisons be like so like cushy, mad, and nice and extravagant. And like it's not really like some of them aren't even like real prisons. They're just like you're just locked up at a rehab facility kind of. But like
he has no bread though.
My thing is why, but he shouldn't be going to that. It's too nice for him, is what I'm saying.
True.
So that's why I just wanted to say, like, I'm interested to see what kind of facility they send him to.
I mean, you hear what happens to people in prison who do the type of stuff that R. Kelly was involved in, and for somebody of his stature and just like the notoriety that he has, if you were to put him in a regular prison.
Does that absolve him from the things he's done?
No, it doesn't.
No.
It doesn't. But no. What I'm just
treat him.
No. What I'm, you know what happens, but with somebody like him, just like his celebrity, you can see why they wouldn't put him there. Like for example, right?
Why protect?
No. I know. I'm not saying protect him. I'm just saying, like, for example, when someone goes to prison, you normally don't know what you're there for. Mm-hmm. You don't normally know what you're there for until things about you like leaks out there, like until people around start hearing about what got you into prison. Then you might hear some shit. R. Kelly, everyone knows what you did. So in my opinion, I don't think the man would survive
It's a liability.
a month or a week in there.
I highly doubt it myself.
I'm just saying that's probably why they got to protect everyone at the end of the day. So that's why I think they're going to take those necessary precautions. I'm not saying protect the dude, but I'm just saying they're going to protect the dude. Yeah.
Wait, so what did you guys think about Drake sampling his
They
his
talked
song?
about it for TSU, right? They talked about it. So it wasn't like they were sampling R. Kelly. There was an interlude in the beginning of the song, and this is guy talking, and the main focus of that part was the guy talking, but in that recording, whoever was speaking was playing R. Kelly in the back. So they took a clip, and the main focus was this dude speaking, but the dude was listening to R. Kelly in the back. So they had to give R. Kelly credit. You know what I mean? Like, they weren't doing it to get R. Kelly. They were doing it for the dude.
Okay.
But if you're going to put it on the album and you can hear R. Kelly in the back, you got to credit R. Kelly. So that's what happened. If they didn't have to, I'm sure. I'm sure Drake wouldn't have done that. But he had to. Copyright reasons and shit like that. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so like I said, we'll keep you updated with everything moving forward. Like I said, he is currently facing up to 20 years. I don't know if that's confirmed or if that's going to change.
Exactly.
That's why I said you can't really get real justice from it. You know, it's the first step. But right now, it's talking like he's facing up to 20 years. If that changes, if that number changes, I'll come right back to let y'all know. But that's where things currently stand on the R. Kelly situation. It's crazy all these years later seeing a real life Boondock episode come to life. It's crazy. And they were right on a couple things.
The fried chicken shit, bro. What?
Facts. Other things that have happened within the week. Joyner Lucas. And I'm only putting the focus on Joyner Lucas because he's a Massachusetts artist. If people aren't familiar with Joyner Lucas, he's from Worcester, Massachusetts. He got his break maybe 4 years ago. I think 4 years ago is when he really started to make noise out here. He has a collaboration with J. Cole that dropped this past Friday. It's called Your Heart. Go check it out. Pretty dope song. Joyner did what he had to do. Cole did what he had to do. Before the song was released, Joyner Lucas was involved in some controversy with Karen Civil. Karen Civil, if you don't know her, she is... I don't even know how to describe Karen Civil.
She has no description, honestly.
Oh.
Wow. I don't even know this story.
I'll look for your beef with Karen Civil later. But yeah, Karen Civil, I feel like she's a consultant. Yeah, you can say that she's a consultant. Joyner Lucas tried tapping in with Karen Civil maybe, I think he said 6 years ago or 4 years ago, some period ago, looking to build his reputation up, and he was looking to have Karen Civil help him out with that. So throughout that journey, he said that he paid maybe about $60,000 for Karen Civil services, and apparently what Joyner thought Karen was going to do for her with that 60G, she actually didn't end up doing. And Joyner dragged her out on social media saying that he stole from her, and he didn't want to say anything in the beginning because he didn't want to get blackballed, because that's a thing that happens. So he kept quiet about it, and now that he felt like he was at a good enough spot, he decided to speak up. dragged her name through the mud, which caused a bunch of other people to join the battle. Now mad people are dragging Karen Civil through the mud. Clubhouse, the app, was dead, and then it was revived for that one night. When I say everyone was going in on Karen Civil, everyone was going in on Karen Civil. What did Joyner say? Well, Joyner was pretty much accusing Karen Civil of like theft because he
image
paid
consulting, I'm assuming.
Image consulting. Okay. Yeah, he paid her for her services, and apparently to Joyner, she didn't come through on her end, and he had to like chase her for all this shit.
Okay,
and like at one point he would contact her, be blowing up her phone, wouldn't answer her calls. At one point he would contact her, and she picked up saying, "Yo, can you stop calling me? I'm on vacation." And like, my man's over here back in Worcester, Massachusetts, trying to get his shine down 60 G's. Apparently his child was about to be born, so like he was really down, and he was really
fuck you just say to me?
No, I'm hip, and he was really looking to Karen Civil to elevate him to that next status. His words exactly: "I gave you 60 G's to put your arm around me like you did Nip." And that's what happened. And that's
spicy.
That's kind of how all of this started.
Yep.
If I give you 60 G's, you better not damn ever tell me you on vacation. When I need you, nigga. Straight up. What?
So
I feel him.
So that's how that situation happened, right? Now, mad people are discrediting Karen Civil. Karen Civil tried to defend herself, but she kind of just got talked down to throughout all of it. So Joyner Lucas kind of did a number on her. So all of that was happening, and I was in defense of Joyner Lucas when I heard it, because I'm like, yo, if all that shit's happening, that's fucked up. That's really fucked up, and I get it. But then to follow it up with this song with J. Cole, one of the biggest artists in the world, and you know that having J. Cole on one of your songs, you've seen the feature run that he went on within the past 2 years. You know having J. Cole on your song is a big moment for you, and the fact that was that followed up the Karen Civil shit, I then revisited that whole situation, and I looked it over, and I was like, wait, so did my man feel it was necessary to speak up now about this whole shit because he was trying to roll out this song? And then I reevaluated the entire situation, because I'm like, there's ways you can roll out your song, and if it's with J. Cole, I feel like you don't even need a rollout, because it's a song with J. Cole. People are gonna tap in. But the fact that you had to drag this woman down through the mud and have mad people through the industry drag her down with you to promote this song, I think is sick. I don't know if that was the intention, but if it was, I think that's sick and needs to be talked about. So now I'll pass it on to y'all.
No, I don't think it's sick at all. Like you said, this man gave her $60,000 when he probably was. That was probably his last $60K, probably something like that. Man was expecting a baby, trying to make it, basically doing it on his own because he's still independent. And you telling me he called her for assistance and she said, "I'm on vacation," ducking his calls, taking forever to deliver on her deliverables. Nah, I'm gonna remember that too. I don't give a damn. Turn the other cheek, my ass. I'm going to let you know how I feel, and if other people feel the way how I feel, then clearly you suck at your job.
But it's all about timing. Why now? Why did he decide to do it now before releasing this?
So I actually have the question to that. So it wasn't him who started the whole train with like going in on Karen. It was actually Jesse Wu, and then he hopped on, and then he was like, "Yeah, she did me crazy too." And then that's when he said the comment with Nip, and then also Jason Lee hopped onto it as well.
Mad people.
And then he also called out on how she was making shirts for Breonna Taylor, and she made money off of it, but didn't donate it to the family at all. She kept it for herself.
I didn't know about that.
So it's just, my thing with Karen is that I support my Haitian women, and when I see them prosper, I'm like, that's what you do. But now that she's just out, at this point, she's just on like some scammer shit. And
She's Haitian?
Yeah, she's Haitian.
Oh,
So
she's black?
At this point,
Karen
it's
Civil,
just
she's
like,
Haitian.
Oh shit!
What? This changes your perspective? It's not fuck her
No,
anymore?
not at all. I just Karen Civil, bro. That's not a Haitian name at all. Like
Nah, yeah.
what?
No.
Karen Civil?
But continue,
I
Imani.
thought that was really white.
yeah, no, I just don't like that. Like, now she left a bad taste in my mouth. I feel like she had a purpose to do something. She could have did a lot of good with whatever position she was in, and at this point she just got addicted to the clout and just started doing shit that just ended up leading up to her downfall, and that's why she's getting canceled by everybody. Well, not really canceled, she's getting her shit aired out.
Her business is
about
suffering, I guarantee
everybody.
Do we know for sure that she kept that money from Breonna Taylor?
They didn't get any at all. There was no organization.
That's confirmed.
Yes.
Oh shit. Damn. Now
Well,
gotta
now
check
that
on that.
now I'm gonna double down on what I said, and yeah, she deserves it, because if he didn't even start those comments, and he was like, "Oh wow, other people feel the way I do," let me tell him what happened. I don't feel bad for her that she was so bad that people wanted to share their experiences. That's her fault. If she did her job, no one would feel this way.
No, but I also agree with Dev too, because he could have been like, even though he's heard about it, I feel like he could have took it as like, you know what, I'm not even gonna like keep involving myself into like her drama or her messiness or whatever. Like, I'm just gonna let everybody else kill her, and when there's another time to do it, you could do it. Now, we're not saying that's what his intentions were, but like, if it was, he could have picked a different way to hype up his song other than that.
I don't think him commenting was for like attention and press for the new song coming out, the new release with J. Cole. I think it was just coincidence that they were talking about this.
Coincidence.
Nah, because she said it.
No, but that's what I'm saying. He could have chose to not say anything. He could have been watching the shit from
but he
whatever.
chose to comment, so I'm
yeah, and that's why you gotta
what,
be like, like focus on your
music. Why does
music.
everyone have to turn the other cheek? Why does everyone gotta be the
I
better
hear you.
person?
I hear you. I hear you.
My thing is, I think it's because I work in business, so I'm like, yo, if someone's trash at their shit should be like, people should know that they're trash at what they do. Because why would you want to waste your money and resources, especially on an image consultant? Because that's like, if you're going to an image consultant, you really probably don't got it like that, because you're helping someone build you up. You don't know how to do it on your own, so you're really just probably giving them your last. So someone like that, like, yo, air her shit out so no one loses their money with her, because you don't know how many people have been screwed over by her that didn't make it, like Joyner did.
Yeah,
so,
I've heard a lot of people share how they've been screwed over. But then a lot of people were sharing how, she actually did a lot for her,
so.
Okay, well, she needs to be consistent.
No, obviously.
You feel me? You run the business,
I
be
hear
consistent.
both sides,
so,
honestly.
if you don't want your shit, especially about business, if you don't want your business, like your business to be trashed and your reputation to be tarnished, then do everything in your power to make sure that no one can say anything bad about your business and tarnish it. That's all on you. You can't get upset when people are telling you how they feel about how you run your business and how it affected them. He has a right to let them know how he feels. And I guarantee you, if people were talking about how good she did them, he would have joined in on that as well if she did him well. So it's her fault. I don't feel bad.
And now I'm going to advance the conversation, just because I've been hearing feedback from our listeners, and our listeners don't feel like we represent every side. They kind of feel like we kind of all agree on the same page, but we don't really speak from every perspective. So let's speak from a perspective that's not our own, okay? So here's how I'll advance the conversation. Okay. What do you say to the people who think that Joyner Lucas using this whole situation as a way to roll out his album? What do you say to the people who say that he had to tear down a black woman to do that, or that he wasn't protecting black women? He had to tear one down to promote his single.
Well, like, if you want me to be honest, no one's gonna really know she's a black woman unless they look her up.
Everyone knows she's black. I'll just start by saying that.
Bro, I did not know. Bro, what? You can't say everyone knew she was black and then I don't know. I didn't know she was black. I didn't even know she was Haitian.
Anyone who knows her, anyone who knows who Karen Civil is knows that she's black.
Well, obviously, I'm just saying, like, people, if you're just hearing the name Karen Civil and you don't know who she is, you're not gonna assume she's black.
Okay, so
I don't think it's a black.
I don't
think it's a black and white thing at all. I don't think it's him tearing down a black woman. I think it's, like I said, if you're bad at business, your shit's gonna get called out. And she just happens to be black, and she just happens to be inconsistent with her business. So she got called out. Now people want to play the race card.
Yeah. Can't play ignorant to her mistakes. She
like,
gotta get her shit aired out.
That's what I'm saying. Like, my thing would be, like, if she did nothing wrong and she did everything right by him and he was trying to drag her still, I can understand them saying that. There's a legit thread. There's multiple comments regarding her ability or her inability to conduct business. and you're gonna say he's trying to take down a black woman. No, she did that to herself. Like I said previously, if you want people to talk good about your business, then run your business in that manner. If people are gonna talk shit about your business, if you're running your business like shit and inconsistent, so it is what it is. You reap what you sow.
Okay. All right. Just had to check in because we're gonna advance the conversation a lot.
Where is accountability? Do people not believe in personal accountability anymore? Because like if people got shit, like if people feel I did them wrong in some type of way, I'm obviously going to listen to what they say. And if I did what they said, then I have to be accountable for that. Mm-hmm. I can't just be like, yo, don't talk shit about me to other people. Don't tell people what I did. Like, if I don't want people to know what I did, I shouldn't have did that to begin with. Mm-hmm. So, yo, personal accountability. Straight up. People always trying to look to blame someone else or some other shit. Oh, this could have been a reality check. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
She did come out and like issued an apology, but the apology to me was really much like, oh, I'm sorry you feel that way, or if you contacted me, we could have like sorted this out, but like, yeah, I'm sorry, like that wasn't my intention for all that to go down how it went down.
But if it made you feel that way,
yeah,
people say that.
She'll clearly be alright. Mm-hmm. She'll be alright.
Okay, all right. Well, J. Cole like is coming to Boston. Yeah.
How do you feel about it?
How do I feel about it?
Yeah. How do you feel about
people are saying he had to tear down a black woman to promote his single with J. Cole. When I understood what people were saying when that was really going about. I thought the whole situation was nasty because on one side, I get Joyner's side, where I'm like, yo, like you fuck with my shit, now I'm gonna air your whole shit out. But then on the other side, I'm just like, it's all calculated though. Like if that shit happened and we like carried on with life, or Joyner carried on with life, it would have been one thing. It's just the fact that shit happened and then he followed it up with a J. Cole release. He had that song for a while. I think he had that song for a while and he was getting ready to drop it. And when that whole shit with Karen happened, everyone was talking about Joyner at that moment. So all eyes are on me. So what am I gonna do when the spotlight is on me at the moment? The biggest single that I've had in my entire career, I'm presenting it to you. And in my opinion, I'm like, yo, I feel like mad people fucked you over in the past. Why Karen? Mad people probably fucked you over in the past. Why did you choose now to do all of that shit? So it's a lot of semantics, but I see where other people are coming from when they bring this shit up. Do I think he was trying to bring down a black woman in particular? No, I don't think that. But I can see how the optics may look that way because of how he chose to go about it. So that's my personal opinion on it. Yeah, that's for me. It's just nasty. It's nasty. But yeah, J. Cole actually is performing in Boston this Friday. So y'all that are listening to this now, tomorrow he's gonna be performing at TD Garden. I think you said
tomorrow?
Well, because episodes come out Thursday. You feel me? I'm nice like that. Episodes come out on Thursday, so if you listen to it on real time, he's performing tomorrow. And I'm pretty sure Joyner is gonna pop out too. So
21 got arrested, right?
I heard about that, but I think he's back out.
Oh, word.
Yeah, I think he's back out.
So he'll be there Friday.
He should be. If he's not, that's going to be sad as hell if he's not. But he should be.
You going?
Nah, I'll be working. I'm just going to see him at Rolling Loud next month, so I didn't need to buy tickets. It was cool.
A nice little flex.
Yeah, when I go next week around this time before I leave, yo, I'm shitting on all you niggas. Facts. All right, let's go ahead and move on. Get away from the news topics and let's kind of just go on to our general topics, all right? So, questions for today. Mm-hmm. What do you feel your loved ones are entitled to? Now, when I say loved ones, this could be families, could be friends, your partners, and just anything. What do you feel like they are entitled to? One, and what do you feel like they are not entitled to? I'll go first.
Bro,
I'll go first.
I was about to say,
I'll go first. What you're entitled to. Mm-hmm. You're entitled to my time. You're entitled to my time. Because if I fuck with you, I got to give you time. So you're entitled to my time. You're entitled to my affection, love, generosity. You're entitled to all of that. What you're not entitled to is my freedom, my way of thinking, my half of the bed. That's just a joke. You're not entitled to my belongings. I care about my belongings. You're not entitled to, this is directly to my mother. You're not entitled, this is directly to my mother. You are not entitled just to my way of living, if that makes sense. Because when it comes to parents, I feel like, and this may be different for everyone, but I feel like when parents have kids, they kind of have a path already set for them. And when you're not going down that path, if they have certain expectations for you, or if they're looking for something from you, because in a lot of cases, parents have children as a way to aid them in the future to kind of hopefully that their child digs them out of whatever hole they might currently be in. So a lot of parents kind of have kids for that reason. Not all parents, but some parents do have kids for that reason. So in that, I feel like kids, when they grow up and develop to be their own person, they might not really fall in line with what their parents want them to do, or they might not have the same goals and aspirations that their parents might not have for them. And sometimes you can have a lot of pushback with your parents, just constant fighting back. Like, I feel like your 20s are a bitch when it comes to your parents, because they gotta realize that they gotta let go of you at some point and let you fly. Some parents, you know, if they're not, if they weren't like, if you're a first generation student, first generation kid, first generation college student, that's what I meant to say. If you're a first generation college student, I know you've definitely had your battles with your parents about what you wanted to do versus what they wanted you to do, and that's a constant pushback. But when I say you're not entitled to my way of living, Mob Duke still doesn't know I do a podcast. If she knows everything that I was doing and the attention and care that I was putting into certain shit, if she knew I was putting more of my time into that and not into what she already had planned for me, it would have been a big ass fight. And I've had conversations with my mom in the past, heated conversations where I was just like, oh, okay, so did you only have me so that in the future I could just drop all my shit and just give it to you? Like, is that what you had me for? Because if that's what you had me for, sorry, that's on you. You feel me? And we have heated conversations like that. But I just was thinking about that when I came up with this question. So that's why I really wanted to pass it on to you. Like, what do you feel like your loved ones are entitled to, and what do you feel like they're not entitled to?
Well, when you say entitled, I take the definition of entitled as like, you get this no matter what. You feel me? And I don't feel like anyone is entitled to anything from me. Parents, friends, anything. No, you're not entitled to anything. I will give you my love, respect, attention, time, but you're not entitled to that, because that the only reason
everyone should be entitled to respect. But continue.
No. You get respect from the jump. Yeah. You get respect from the jump. But like I said, entitlement means you're getting that no matter what. You just expect it. So if you start disrespecting me,
you're not getting that shit.
You're not. You feel me?
That
So
makes
it all
sense,
depends. So that's why I say you're not entitled to shit from me, because how I treat you and how I look at you and how I perceive you and how I think about you, all that shit is based on how you interact and how you perceive me as well, how you talk to me, how you do me. Parents, yeah, they talk about unconditional love. I feel like the only time there's real unconditional love is when a parent has a kid. Like, a parent's supposed to love their kid unconditionally, no matter what. I don't feel that way vice versa, because parents can fuck their kids up. Like, can do their kids dirty, no matter what. Or not no matter what, but in some certain situations, specific situations, parents can fuck their kids up.
Normally because the parents only had intentions that benefited the parent and not the child.
You feel me? And in situations like that, are you going to tell that child that they have to love, have to respect that person, that parent? No. So that's what I'm saying. Like,
that's how daddy issues form.
That's what I'm saying.
Example.
Like, friends the same way. We could be friends for a long time, and I will give you that love, respect, time, all that shit. But the minute you start disrespecting me, crossing that line, doing shit that you just never done before to me, all that's out the door, and I'm just gonna cut you off. And all that entitlement, you thinking you're getting anything like that from me again, is gone. So that's why I say you're not entitled to shit. It's basically on It's basically based on how you treat me. I'm going to treat you the same.
Okay.
Which is, it's basically like, yeah, it's like the saying, yo, treat those the way you want to treat those the way you want to be treated. Essentially, it's very simple, and that's why I don't believe in entitlement at all. I hate that word because when I hear entitled, I think of spoiled rich kids who get whatever the fuck they want, expect shit to go their way no matter what. Nah, that's not how life works. So I just don't believe in entitlement at all. And if you're dealing with me, you're not entitled to anything from me. It's all based on our relationship and how you interact, and we interact together.
Imani?
Wow. So a lot of what Darnell said I felt, but I also do feel like what you said, Dev, with the respect thing, I think it does come into play.
Because you really got to think about, like, do you really owe your parent for producing you?
No,
because some people don't even plan on that. It just happened.
it just happens, and like you don't have no decision. You don't have no say so. It's on the parents. So they're the ones who at the end of the day are responsible for you until you literally die, because they chose to allow you to come into this world.
I can be grateful.
Yeah, I could be grateful, like, thank God,
thanks,
but
I'm here. But like,
don't put it on me like I'm the one that asked to be here.
yeah, don't treat me like I'm the one that put myself here in this
Yeah.
room. Like, yo, don't make me feel like I'm an inconvenience for being here.
Like you
I
owe
asked,
them something.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Like I asked to be here. No, I did not ask to be here. So I don't believe in that entitlement shit. There ain't no such thing as entitlement with me.
But Imani was mid-thought, so you can continue.
I was mid-thought. I feel like certain things should be like a custom. You know, that's just, like you said, respect and love and just honesty. I think everyone's entitled to those very simple things. But I do think Rich is right in terms of, if I start off that way and I give you everything and you start to disrespect me, that's when you're going to get a completely different side, because you lost all privilege with whatever entitlement you thought you had.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that makes sense. I think when it was coming up in my situation, and I'm only basing this around like the parent and child relationship, you can use this same dynamic for other cases, but just for me, when it comes to the parent situation, because I did grow up with a single mother, it was just me and my dukes throughout my entire life, and I saw her struggle. I've seen what she was able to do with her resources. Now, she doesn't have the same resources that I have, because I was fortunate enough to come up here, learn the game at a very early age, so I can now maneuver and live my life and do what I have to do in ways that unfortunately she's not able to do because she doesn't have that same access, you know? So sometimes I do feel like, I'm like, damn, like I want to go ahead and do something, but then my mother, who was a single parent for her whole life, kind of was busting her ass to do all this shit, and now I made it to this moment. I'm like, you did everything that you had to do for me, so I'm like, now it's time, what do you want for yourself? And I felt like, well, in my 25 years, you've kind of helped me throughout that entire path, and I don't feel like I owe it to you, but I do feel like I should help you out, get to like kind of pay it forward, you know? Like I see everything you've done for me in the past, and I kind of want to help you out too. It shouldn't be forced, but I do want to help out as well. So sometimes I do feel like certain shit, she's like, what, 55? Certain shit, yo, she can't even do. Just cause, yo, what? Back in her day, all the shit that's so advanced now, she doesn't know that shit. So I can't really blame her for that shit. So I'm just like, all right, yo, I want to get sick because some of it annoys me, but I'm just like, at the end of the day, I can't really put that on you. I can't blame you for not being hip to some shit. So I'm just like, all right, suck it up and do what you got to do, Dev, for the Dukes. Because that's the least that you could do for all the shit that she had to do for you in the past 25 years. You feel me? So that's why I asked that question for everyone here.
But you feel that way because you have that love and respect for her because of the way she's treated you over the course of your life and the things she's done for you.
Which is why I feel like she's entitled to that love and respect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If she
didn't start off that way, you wouldn't feel like she's entitled to that.
If she did the complete opposite, just left you, made you figure everything out on your own, made you deal with everything on your own, things like that. Like, I guarantee you'd probably feel a little bit differently.
Yeah. So that'd be my relationship with my father.
Okay. Oh well, that's all I was saying. Mm-hmm. That's all I was saying. So yeah.
No, I hear you. Good talk, guys. Good talk. I don't know. I think for that topic, conversation was pretty advanced. I don't think I got to advance it any further.
There was this. Oh Jesus! There's this quote I keep seeing on Twitter, sometimes on Snapchat, and like usually I'll see it. I'm like, like this shit makes no sense. Like, why are you in my face? But today I saw it, and it just really like, I was just like, why do I keep seeing this foolery? So I'm gonna say the quote, and y'all let me know how y'all feel about it. Essentially, was like, if you are in your 20s and you don't have friends of a certain stature within your group, then the problem is you and not other people. And I just
go ahead, continue, Imani.
No, of certain stature. No,
so like if you don't have any close friends, if you don't have no like your ride or dies or whatever, now at this point, then the problem is you.
Oh, I thought you meant like rich friends and like friends at certain points in life.
No. Just like close friends. Honestly, there's two reasons why I don't like that quote. I feel like one, it just ties into society's standards of what, you know, a good friend group should look like, or what a best friend should look like, or what that relationship should entail. And if it doesn't look like that, then it's less than, or it's not really as, it's not valid enough a relationship, or it's not really best friend or whatever. And also I feel like a relationship is based off of two people, two factors. Okay. It takes two to tango, a reaction after an action. So knowing that that's the case, if you're saying that relationships don't occur because of just one person, you're allowing the responsibility of a relationship, wherever that may be, to solely just be on one person. And I think that's where the quote is being a bit flawed. Sorry.
Nah, to play devil's advocate here.
Okay.
I can understand the quote a little bit because, hear me out. Say we're 25, 26 years old. You know what I mean? You're telling me you don't have any friends? Like, you don't have one friend? You don't have one friend from the course of your childhood, college, high school, work? You don't have any friends? I'm gonna look at you differently, because I understand relationships do have, like, yeah, it takes two to tango in a relationship, friendship, relationship, whatever. But in relationships, you gotta understand there's forgiveness as well, and you forgive your friends and you forgive your significant others. And if you're telling me everyone in your life has done you extremely bad to the point where you have to cut them off, I mean, sorry, but that's just hard to believe, because I assume a lot of people have, you know, a good amount of friends over the course of their life, and not one of them has made it. You know what I mean? It just doesn't make any sense. So I'm naturally gonna think, like, why? What's really going on here? Do you just really cut people off for the smallest of things, or what's going on? It's gonna make me ask questions. So I can understand the quote in that aspect.
See, but I could respond that by like saying, if I'm not like that, I have friends, but like I feel like I've lost a lot of friends, and the reason why that I just cut them off completely is I try to be the most understanding friend ever. So if there's any issue, just like you, just come up to me and tell me. But if you do something, I'm the type of person where I have to think about, okay, why did you do it that way? What made you feel like that was your obvious choice? Because if the places were reversed, I'm going to look at all options before I just choose to go the selfish route, or I just choose to go the most fucked up route. So once I know you specifically sat to yourself and said, I'm going to do this, knowing what it's going to do, or not even thinking about the possibility of what may happen, I'm going to look at you like, yeah, no, I don't need you in my life, because you don't give two fucks about me, so why would I sit there and give a fuck about you?
No, I understand that, and I'm not combating that at all. I'm simply saying, like, if someone has zero friends, it's gonna make me. If you don't have any close friends, it's just gonna make me look at you differently, like, because everyone has close friends. Legitimately, everyone in I could say,
or a pet at least.
Yeah, you know what I mean. You got something. Like, yo, unless you're not going outside. If
Leo's my dog.
If you're a social person, like, if you're around people a lot, if you're a social person, like, I can understand if you're not a social person, you just keep to yourself all the freaking time. Yeah, that makes sense. Mm-hmm. But if you're a social person, you're out there, you're telling me you don't have any?
So or maybe they don't have any now. That maybe they'll have some sooner or later.
So what do you say to the person who suffers from anxiety and because of that develops trust issues?
Mm-hmm.
No, that's the question.
Nah.
Oh,
You want to answer first or me?
Because you could not have like any friends just because throughout the years you developed trust issues. So the most single thing that would cause you to drift away from a person is gonna happen. So like, what do you say to those?
For me, I like to think that you shouldn't let a illness, disease, anything limit you or at least or like mentally limit you. And when I say that, I mean you should at least try to overcome it. So as long as you're making that effort to combat that anxiousness, to
baby
try
steps, yeah.
exactly baby steps to try, and you communicate with these people what your issues are, and then I feel like you're gonna get there eventually. You know what I mean? People are gonna work with you because they understand what's going on. So as long as you're making that effort to try, I feel like your friends are gonna work with you as well if they're true friends. Mm-hmm. If they're not, then they're not true friends.
What if we have different ways of communicating and I've been trying to communicate to you, but you're just not hearing it?
that's what I'm saying.
What do you mean different ways of communicating? I feel
Like, for example, I can talk to you in a certain way, and no matter how I'm talking, you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. Versus me having a conversation to somebody else who who doesn't know me as well, so they might not
They might not
get the point that I'm trying to convey. You feel me? So that way, a lot of things can get misconstrued. You could misinterpret a lot of things just because you don't understand how I communicate.
Hey, you'll figure it out. Friends figure it out. You know what I mean? I don't speak the same language as all of my friends, but I can understand and communicate with all of my friends just because we're on that same like mental level. Like, yeah, I you can obviously code switch between friend groups and everything like that. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, I feel like you're going to, at some point in time, just figure out what works for both of y'all and then come to a conclusion on how to advance the friendship and communicate. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I think it's just communication. You're going to figure it out eventually. It just takes a little bit of time.
Mm-hmm. I also think some people just need to find their group. And maybe it's not in the environment that they're in. And once they switch environments, they might blossom up into that.
Yeah. So, like, for example, I think a lot of people are conditioned to believing that you should end with who you started with. And Sorry. For people who don't get that, like, people believe that, oh, if we've been friends for 10 plus years, or if we've been cool since we've been kids, that we should always be cool. And no matter what obstacles we go through, we should always find a way to overcome them and just get through it because we've been cool for the time period that we've been cool for. I think that causes a lot of people to settle, unfortunately, because no matter what somebody may do to you, or no matter how badly somebody may have hurt you, a lot of people choose to settle just because of all the time that y'all have spent invested in one another. So I think when I see someone that doesn't have a lot of friends, I do look into it. Sometimes I can see they may be the issue. But after dissecting the situation, I could understand why they're the issue. You feel me? Because a lot of people, we don't settle. Some people don't settle. So it doesn't matter. Like, if we've been cool for 5+ years, if we've been cool for 10+ years, that doesn't mean like you should treat someone like shit and that be okay just because y'all have been cool for the time y'all have been cool for. You feel me? A lot of people aren't gonna settle like that. So throughout the years, if I find a reason where this isn't working out anymore and I have to make my peace and dip, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Now, with some circles, it could be like, oh, if you got beef with one, you're gonna have beef with the entire crew. And now that you got beef with one person in that crew, the entire crew, depending on how solid that crew is, when you have everyone picking sides, that's another thing. People don't like to pick sides. Sometimes people feel forced to choose a side. And when you make people choose a side, they're kind of just gonna drift away from it altogether. So now you just lost an entire friend group because you were making them choose between you and somebody else. That's one example. Another example could be seen where
the victim card repeatedly.
The victim card, that's one saying that like, oh, The victim card is like why girls choose not to be friends with girls. That's like one example. But you know what I mean when I say that. Yeah, the victim card could be like, everyone's fake. Nobody cares for me.
Or I didn't think that was going to happen.
I didn't think this was going to happen. I've done so much for everyone and no one is ever there for me. I give so much of my time and no one ever gives it back. That could also cause you to lose friends because now it's like, now you're seeking specific things from people.
You want people to feel sorry for you.
Or this person did it. So that's not what
I'm just like, sometimes friendship, y'all are friends because y'all enjoy each other's company or you're like y'all are cool, but then when it gets past to the certain point and now you're expecting certain things from them and they don't deliver on those expectations, now you're looking at them funny. And after some time, if this keeps up, now you don't even know if you want to deal with the situation anymore because what you expected from this person or what you were looking for this person to provide, they're not providing. So one by one, they all just fall off of your list because, there's people out there that say, oh, if this doesn't serve me in any way, shape or form, I don't need it. I'm getting rid of it. And sometimes that includes people. So it's like, yo, if you don't add any value in my life, if you don't serve me in any shape or way, I don't need you. And sometimes it goes so deep where people are willing to do that to their own families. And now you don't really have many friends and you don't really fuck with most of your family. And that, when those two are combined, now you're alone. Mentally, that could cause you to become depressed. And now it's hard to you to form. Now, because of that, it's hard for you to even form new relationships and new friendships. So now you just keep trying and trying and trying. But unfortunately, with the PTSD of all of your past relationships and friendships, because you keep seeing that and can't move past it, you tend to then connect it to all of your present or future relationships. And if everything fails one by one, it's because you couldn't have gotten over what you didn't get over in the past. Like Rich said earlier, if y'all are friends, if y'all are like real friends, you could find a way to overcome and get over it. But unfortunately, with a lot of people, instead of choosing to overcome it, they just choose to dead it altogether. And yeah, that's my opinion on that. So yeah, I like people can, when people have no friends, most of the time, they are the reason why. They are always 100% are the reason why. But I can understand why that happens. So yeah,
that just goes well. When you were starting that, I was just thinking back to our entitlement. Most people don't let people think they're entitled to anything. You got to be consistent.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, that's how it is. And I think from that we can go into new music. I can start off by saying wasn't much new music that came out, guys. YoungBoy dropped an album, Sincerely Control. It is currently on track to be the #1 album of the following week. So shout out to YoungBoy for that because he is still behind bars. So the fact that he's about to drop #1 album behind bars, shout out to you for that. And he is in competition with Drake for being #1. And for an artist like YoungBoy, I feel like that's major. So shout out to him for that. I didn't get through the entire project. I got through a couple tracks in the beginning, and I liked what I heard so far, but I need more time to get through it.
More of that smooth, like melodic shit. Like he ain't.
And I like that from him.
He's not on his
Vagabond.
He's always a vagabond, but like.
Facts.
I don't know. Like, he's more on his calmer side. Like, you know what I mean? When
I like that side.
When he be spazzing in music videos, like, screaming into the mic, he ain't doing that in this album. And I fuck with it. Like, it's nice. Gives me that cool, relaxed vibe. I fucked with it.
My wife. Sorry, I just had to say that.
Congrats, by the way. Congrats to YoungBoy for his 8th child.
8th? Damn. Him
21 years old.
Damn, him and Nick Cannon are tearing these streets apart.
No.
Crazy.
He's gonna pass Nick. He's gonna have 30 by the time he's Nick's age.
Oh, please stop.
He has 8 at 21.
I mean, if he can feed them all, if you can feed and clothe them all, I don't know if he'll be able to love them all. But if you can feed and clothe them all, Yeah, do your thing, young boy. Besides that, I don't really think there's been much other new music. There's been a couple of singles.
Hey, for all my Larry June fanatics, he dropped an
yeah.
album. You already know. That album is called Into the Late Night. It's another smoking album, like all the other Larry June albums. Play that shit if you're going on a late night cruise, late night vibe, lights low, driving slow, blunt in hand.
Hey.
Vibing. Why? Why do I know this? Because that's exactly what I did last night. Listen to that album. 22 minutes, 7 songs. Cannot miss.
Word. We got new singles from Lucky Day and Giveon. I didn't hear either of those tracks, but it's Lucky Day and Giveon, so I'm pretty sure they're fire.
Oh my God, what? Yes.
Which one did
they
you
did their
listen
thing.
to?
I listened to Lucky Day.
Lucky Day's been on a run.
Yes, he has.
He's been on a run.
Send the good vibes.
Yes.
I feel like what makes Lucky Day such a dope artist is the fact that I think his age adds a lot. He's like in his mid-30s. And I feel like when you're making the type of R&B he's making, you already got through your like toxic fuckboy phase, so you're not really making that type of R&B music, so you can actually go back to making the traditional R&B we all know and love.
Baby making love.
Exactly. So I think that adds a lot to Lucky Day's career, especially since he's a new artist. The fact that he's a new artist at that age with that maturity, I think a lot of people are able to gravitate more towards that, and that helps him. Like that last project that he had, like that Table for Two, and it's like a bunch of features with like shorties. I thought that whole concept, in my opinion, was fire. And everything that he's been dropping, these little like singles that he's been dropping, even up to the features that he's been doing. Because on a lot of R&B albums, like if you look at some of like the top R&B albums that came out within the last year or two, you'll find Lucky Day there somewhere. Kehlani's shit, Lucky Day was there. 7th Street shit, Lucky Day was there.
That's on fire too.
Yeah, so shout out to Lucky Day for that. Facts. And I don't think much new music has come out besides that. I know we got Meek Mill dropping on Friday.
Damn right.
So we'll come back the following week to let you know how that goes. And I hope it's fire. Because right now the promotion for it isn't hitting me. I revisited that conversation that we had last week. I revisited that and I kind of did some research, and it did look like Meek's fan base is still rocking with him. So even though I didn't hear much of his shit in terms of like airplay, his fan base is still riding for him. So I guess that's good enough for him.
I haven't seen much promotion for the album itself, to be honest, but I'm trying to remember how I know it's dropping this Friday. The fact that I know that is crazy, but Yeah,
he put it on IG. Like he's promoting himself, like the artwork. He showed us that. I'm assuming Sharing Locations is on the album. The one with Uzi, I'm assuming, is going to be on the album. But we'll probably get a track list somewhere in the middle of the week. But like I said last week, I feel like Meek was just becoming big enough artist to the point where his label should put him as high and top priority. And I just feel like I wasn't seeing that. But hopefully, with whatever he drops on Friday, lives up to the potential that I know Meek Mill has.
I don't know of any other artist dropping on Friday, so he might have this entire week to just run it up, really. Especially if he doesn't have any comp.
Facts. And also, I want to give a shout out to Nick Paps. Nick Paps is a producer.
Lawrence, right?
What was that?
Lawrence?
I don't know where exactly. I just know he's from Massachusetts. He's a producer from Massachusetts, and he works with Meek Mill. He's part of the Dream Chasers label. And Nick Paps he's like our age, and he's been cooking up a lot of beats. Like the majority of Meek Mill beats you've been hearing probably within the last year and some change have mostly been Nick Paps beats. So I just want to, on here, give a shout out to him for that. We salute everyone from Massachusetts doing that thing. The Massachusetts scene is slowly growing and evolving, yo. There's so much talent out here that's finally getting their recognition, and that makes me so happy. Like, I'm cheesing on the inside. Because when I made this podcast 3 years ago, that was the goal. The goal was just to see Massachusetts be elevated. We have grown and evolved to now not only focus on Massachusetts, we broaden it to the Northeast, and then eventually it'll be for the rest of the country. But I'm gonna always take pride and shine from my home state. So everyone that's been making noise out here, Van Buren, Bia, Cousin Stiz, Joyner Lucas, Millie's, G Nipsey, the fucking shooters music with 8-Zip and Shay Bands, and just all them people, Shay Your Crew, just all these people that have just been doing their thing out of Mass. I salute all of y'all, and I definitely hope to connect with y'all in the future. Facts. All right, let's get into our reality checks so we can end this.
No one is required to stay the same. No one is required to stay the same person over the course of their life. No, I wouldn't expect that. But I would say that you are required to be a good person amongst those who you come across throughout your life. And that's really my reality check. You just got to remember that no matter what you're going through, no matter what's happening in life, no matter where you are at that point in life, you should be trying to treat people fairly the way you want to be treated, and good things should and would most likely happen or come to you. And I just wanted to, continue that conversation based off what we were talking about earlier, and just mention to people that, like I said, you're not entitled to anything, and that if you want people to treat you the way you want to be treated, if you want things to go well, you should be treating people as good and as fairly as you expect them to treat you. So that's just my reality check. Like I said, you're not entitled to say this. You're not supposed to stay the same person over the course of your life, but you should be a good person over the course of your life.
Alrighty. My reality check is to stay focused and make sure that you have plan on top of plan on top of plan. I find that especially lately, like, days are just flying by, and it's like, damn, like, you didn't get what you needed to get done in that specific time. So I just try and remind everybody, just like I'm reminding myself, to stay focused, really plan out yourself, stay committed, and really put the effort in, because as long as you put the effort in, some way, somehow, it will come back and bless you. So that's my reality check for this week.
And then for my reality check, I'll go ahead and leave this with the people. So, organize and prioritize what matters to you. So when I say that, what it means is we have a lot on our plates. We have to deal with a lot depending on what goals you have aligned for yourself. You got to deal with a lot. And it's very easy to catch yourself falling off course. And it's even easier once you fall off course to struggle to catch up. And I believe that if you just look at everything through a wider lens, because sometimes our focus is so narrow, we just miss everything coming from the blind sides. So if you just widen your lens out a little bit, just so you can see the bigger picture, organize everything that you have going on in your life, and then after that, prioritize what is important, I think you'll be able to find yourself going through life much easier, with less stress, with less problems, with less anxiety, with less anger. I feel like if you just take a step back and really reevaluate everything you got going on, things will turn out better for you. I'm in the middle of doing that right now, and sometimes I don't recognize it, but others recognize it. So when they tell me that they recognize it, it makes me take a step back, because sometimes my focus is too narrow. So sometimes I got to take the step back and just look at the bigger picture and be like, yo, first of all, give yourself a pat on the back, because you're bodying all this shit right now. But yo, give yourself a pat on the back, because it's too easy to give up, fall off course, or just sway somewhere else altogether. So if it really matters to you, make it a priority. And if you really care about what you're doing, organize it, make it organized, and everything will be smooth. That's my reality check. And that was pretty much the end of the episode, folks. I just want to go ahead and say thank you to everyone who taps in with us week after week, gets through every episode, and has been supporting us on IG. I've seen a lot of support from y'all over the socials recently, and I appreciate that. Like we say, we get bigger and better every season. I put my team on, I keep my team concise. So we're really all trying to elevate this platform to new and better heights. So if you don't see growth in between seasons, that means we're doing something wrong. So we appreciate everyone who's been tapping in with us season after season, week after week, and just continue this ride with us, because we're doing great things. We're doing great things out here. Anything to say to the people before we head out?
I just want to say that it's getting cold. Sweater weather is basically here.
That's my weather. Hey,
you feel me? So don't you forget that the Urban Product came out with the new sweater line.
Oh, talk your shit.
This summer. You feel me? Specifically for the fall, when you really think about it. And we have some styles left for y'all. So don't forget to go on the website, go check out our new releases, our sweaters, our old designs too. We might have some left in stock for those that like the old design more than the new design. Mm-hmm. But with that being,
a lot of people want that, and it's coming back.
Like, you feel me? So with that being said, don't forget to get your exclusive Urban Product gear. And other than that, I hope y'all enjoy your week, and we're going to see y'all next week.
And I just want to add to that point right there. When it comes to merch, guys, we have scheduled drops. So we get all of our product in, put it out to the people, and then once it's out until we do a restock or until we do another drop. So if there's like a particular item that you're looking for and you don't see it in your size, it was probably popular and a lot of people bought it out. Now it could be a chance that it'll come back in the future. You just gotta wait for the next drop. There's also a good chance where it might never come back, and you just have to accept that and take in whatever we drop in the future, because we're gonna drop dope shit, bigger and better shit. Like the sweater that Imani's rocking right now, our OG, our first drop ever. So many people are requesting that to come back, and I'm like, guys, it's gonna come back. You just have to wait for the drop. There's a specific time where that's gonna be dropping, and when that does come, you'll see some of the OG colors come, and you'll see a bunch of new colors come. It's just how the things go. You just gotta respect how the business goes. You feel me? But everyone is going to be able to get what they're looking for. Y'all just got to be patient. All right. Imani, I don't know if you want to say anything before we left.
I hope everybody have a good week.
Facts.
I hope everybody stay free. I know seasonal depression is coming in quick with the quickness.
Facts.
So everybody try and remind themselves, not even remind themselves, try to keep having like a self-care day.
Facts.
These are essential during this time.
Take yourself to the chiropractor. Please.
Okay.
Please.
Got my appointment in 2 weeks.
All right. And with that being said, it's been your boy DME.
It's been your boy Cozy Rich.
It's been your girl Imani.
And you have been listening to The Urban Products. We will go ahead and catch y'all next week.
Love.
Deuce.
So fine, girl. So fine.